Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms or talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Now with that said and done and put to the side, folks, I have come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets draft selections in the second and third round of this NFL draft. Man, what a draft so far. What a draft. And these two rounds, the second and third rounds, I think went a bit differently than a lot of people thought that they would. Listen, it went differently than I thought it would, okay? I'm being completely honest with you, all right? So, again, salutes to all of the savages that sat down with me and watched me, watched the stream with me, and we went back and forth through the second round of the draft. We had a lot of fun talking smack and talking about the team and going back and forth about the picks. It was a blast. So salutes to everybody that joined me. Salutes. And I want to thank y'all again. So now to get into these picks, okay? Now let me paint the scene for you yet again. We're sitting back, okay? We're sitting back. Giants are on the board, and we're like, okay, what's going on here? Let's see what the Giants are going to do. Guys are kind of coming off the board. We're all talking. My guy, the guy that I wanted, Boye Mafe, still on the board. I'm like, okay, all right. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to see what's going on. At the time, a lot of people were screaming Nakobe Dean. They wanted Nakobe Dean to be a Jet. All that stuff, right? That was before the injury concerns came out. But all that stuff was coming out, right? So Giants are up, and then boom. All of a sudden, we see Jets have traded up. The Jets are on the board now. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy, okay? Now, keep in mind, the New York Jets basically flopped, second rounders. They took the Giants second rounder. The Giants took the Jets second rounder, and the Jets also gave them a fifth-round pick to move up 2 spots, okay? So now we're sitting here, and we're like, wow, okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking, Boye is who they're going after. They're getting the Mafia man. That was my name for him. They're getting the Mafia man. You know what I'm saying? It's said and it's done. A lot of people screaming, oh no, it's going to be Nakobe. They moving up for Nakobe. They know the value's there, so on and so forth. The clock gets ticking down. The pick's in. And then it comes across the screen. The New York Jets have selected Breece Hall. And there was a lot of people. Now, I'm not going to front. There were some people, absolutely, some of the savages in the chat was like, yes, yes. But there was a lot of people that were like, huh? I'm not going to lie to you, okay? Not like the player, because we all know Breece Hall. It's a phenomenal running back. But we were like, running back? You know what I'm saying? Running back? Why take a running back there? Especially, again, when you have, Mafi there. And again, before a lot of the injury concerns, a lot of injury talk surrounding Nakobe Dean started to kind of swirl, and he started to slide a bit down the board as well. So a lot of people were thinking, why take him there? Why take him? And I still had questions of why pass on Boye. Then the thought also started to come across my mind. It's like, okay, why take Breece in the second when you have Michael Carter? Michael Carter's coming off a phenomenal season where at times during last season, real talk, there were stretches where he was the most consistent offensive playmaker for us, okay? You go back and you watch that game with the Bengals. Mike White was constantly hitting this guy on checkdowns, getting him the ball in space, and he was making it go. You know what I'm saying? He was making plays with his feet. He was doing what everyone. He was getting into the end zone. He was making it happen. So we're all sitting back like, well, what does this mean? What does this mean? And then, as the more I started to think about it, the more it became kind of a clear message that the New York Jets will be running the football this year, okay? I constantly tell people this. We are in a run-first offense, okay? I'm here on the West Coast. I watch the Niners. They run the ball hard. They run the ball hard. That's just what they do, okay? We're running the Shanahan offense. Mike LaFleur, Robert Saleh, all those guys. Listen, they're coming here. They're instituting that here. So I think that they looked at the situation and said, hey, Breece for Joe Douglas was solid value. This guy, Breece is explosive. There's no denying that. I don't dislike Breece Hall at all. I think he's, a great pick for a back. He's the best back in the draft. He ran a 4.39 40. He's explosive. He's a 3-down back. He can get after it. So to me, it looks like the New York Jets are going to be running the ball heavy, and we're going to be looking to kind of take the load off of Zach Wilson this upcoming season. And we'll talk about the next pick that I think really lends to that message as well, right? So when I look at this, I'm very interested to see how the New York Jets are going to be able to implement both of these backs, and I want to see how they utilize them within these offenses in different spots. Now, I could see Breece Hall being lined up, being in the backfield. Maybe they spread Carter out again because we saw his ability to come out the backfield and be able to catch the football. So there's some kind of, dynamic ability that Breece will absolutely be able to add to this offense. So again, this is something for Zach Wilson, another weapon, another somebody you have to account for these opposing defenses. And it is what it is. I like Breece Hall being here. I think he's going to be able to add some value, but I'm telling you, I really would have liked Boye Mafe, to be completely honest. He was there on the board, but Breece is definitely going to bring, again, another offensive threat that people are going to have to account for, or he is going to make them pay. Now, after we're sitting back, a lot of people are sitting back watching the draft, all right? And we watch Breece. I was talking to different people on social media, going back and forth, moving around, and pick comes up again, New York Jets. Now we're sitting in the third round. And everybody's wondering who the Jets going to take. A lot of people talking about linebacker help, which is, definitely something that a lot of people were looking at. Hey, the New York Jets could use a linebacker. Some people were still talking about other players that were going on elsewhere. And then it's time for the Jets to pick. 101 comes up, and they take Jeremy Ruckert. And people were like, wow, Jeremy Ruckert? Another tight end. This is interesting, right? Now, when you look at this situation, they're bringing in Jeremy Ruckert. Jeremy Ruckert is one of the better tight ends in the class, right? Everybody talked about him. We were all over the place about the tight end, class in this upcoming draft, because this was before we signed Uzomah. This was before we signed Conklin as well. A lot of Jets fans wanted us to target them, but then again, like I just said, we went out, we took care of tight end in free agency with Uzomah and Tyler Conklin. We got both of those guys in the building. But when you bring in Ruckert, what you get with Ruckert is a guy that has solid ability too. Throughout the scouting process, there was a lot of people saying that Ruckert would be a better pro than he possibly was in college because of the type of offense that, can be ran and can really be kind of built around his skill set. Now, here's the deal with Ruckert as well. He's a very good run blocker. Like, he's one of the better run blocking tight ends in the class. Some people say he is the best run blocking tight end in the class. Do you know what that means? We about to run the ball, dog. We about to run the ball. And I think that's one of the sole reasons why they got him, okay? I think we're going to come out in 2 tight end sets quite a bit as well. He's going to be utilized in that, whether it be Ruckert and Conklin or Ruckert and CJ Uzomah. We'll see what happens there. But this pick was a bit surprising because, again, we all thought, hey, the tight end position sewn up. We got our guys. But Joe Douglas brings in Ruckert. Now, Ruckert is dealing with a foot injury. They're saying everything's going to be all right. He's going to be cleared from that soon. So we'll see him, be able to get out there with no issues. But again, the New York Jets were ranked 27th in rushing last year. And I don't think that sat well with this offensive staff. There's been a lot of changes along the offensive line. They've brought guys in. We went and got our 2 tight ends, right? They're going to be able to kind of push forward. And now we get another tight end in the draft and a running back. But the tight end's a great run blocker. I'm telling you, Zach Wilson is going to be able to sit back and kind of lean on a solid running game this upcoming season. And the best thing you can give a young quarterback is a good running game. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about the 2nd and 3rd round picks of the New York Jets? What are your thoughts about Breece Hall and Ruckert? How do you folks feel about this selection? Let me know. Comment down below. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.